The very first thing you read about when you first start reading Harry Potter is the Dursleys. They are Harry's only living relatives, and the reader gets introduced into their point of view first. Today I will be explaining the life of Petunia Dursley. Petunia was born on September 3rd in 1958. She was the oldest, and 2 years after her came her younger sister, Lily. When Petunia was approximately 12 years old, Lily and her were on the playground when they noticed a boy watching them from a clump of bushes. Lily jumped off the swing and flew through the air when Petunia reminded her that their parents had told Lily not to. Lily then proceeded to make a flower's petals smooth without touching them, and Petunia told her to stop. But she also asked Lily how she was able to do it. When Snape told Lily that she was a witch and that he was a wizard, Petunia made fun of him, so he called her Muggle. Petunia then took Lily and they left. Lily and Snape became friends, however, and Snape started telling Lily more about the wizarding world. Petunia was always jealous of her. When Lily got her acceptance letter to Hogwarts, Petunia was full of envy and wrote Dumbledore a letter asking if she could be accepted too. He told her that she couldn't. One day, she spied on Lily and Snape, as Snape told Lily much about the wizarding world, talking about things like Azkaban and the Dementors. She accidentally revealed herself, and not knowing what to do, she insulted Snape. He got mad at her and made a branch fall on her head. Gregory and Carol Evans, Petunia and Lily's parents, praised Lily for her magical abilities, and Petunia felt like she was in the shadow of her sister. Later, when Lily went to Hogwarts on platform 9 3/4, Petunia called her sister a freak and that she didn't want to go to a freak school because Lily had offered that she could ask Dumbledore if Petunia could come too. Lily then reminded Petunia of the letter Petunia had sent to Dumbledore, and Petunia got mad for Lily and Snape spying in her room. Petunia left her town, Cogsworth, to go to a typing course in London, and later worked in an office called Grunnings, where she met her future husband Vernon Dursley. After a few dates, Vernon proposed and Petunia accepted immediately, and she couldn't have been happier. Petunia was scared to tell her fiancé about her sister, but when she finally told him the truth, he told her that he wouldn't hold it against her that she had a freak in the family. One night, Petunia and her new fiancé, along with her sister and her boyfriend James, met up, which didn't go well. Vernon asked James what car he drove, to which James replied that he flew a broomstick. James told him about his fortune at Gringotts, and Vernon and Petunia stormed out. Lily ended up crying, and James promised that he would fix his relationship with Vernon, but that never happened. Petunia then made Lily a bridesmaid at her wedding, which deeply hurt Lily's feelings. And when Lily and James got married, the Dursleys didn't even go. In 1979, Petunia got pregnant, and on June 23rd in 1980, their son Dudley was born. The Dursleys pretended that Petunia didn't even have a sister. On the 1st of September in 1981, their lives changed. When Vernon came home that night and asked Petunia what the name of her nephew was again, she responded Harry, but she didn't know why he was talking about that subject. The next morning, Petunia found Harry on her front doorstep along with a letter from Dumbledore. She took Harry in but didn't treat him well and always made him feel unwelcome. She told Harry that his parents had died in a car crash and that he had got the scar from there. One time, Dudley and his friends chased Harry and he somehow ended up on the roof, which he was severely punished for. Another time, Petunia shaved Harry's hair, but it had grown back the next morning. On Dudley's 11th birthday, they went to the zoo and she reluctantly brought Harry because he had nowhere else to go and she didn't want him to be in the house alone. When the snake broke free and Dudley's friend said that Harry had been talking to it before, Petunia and Vernon locked Harry in his cupboard for a very long time. When letters from Hogwarts started arriving, Petunia and Vernon decided to destroy them, which wasn't always easy. The letters soon started coming in hundreds, thousands of forms, and Vernon decided to leave for good so that the letters couldn't find him. They went to a hotel, and the hotel owner came and asked if anyone named Harry Potter was with them, as he had gotten 150 letters for someone named that. Vernon decided to rent a boat and went to a lonely island in the middle of a storm with Petunia, Harry, and Dudley. There, Hagrid found them. When Hagrid started talking about Lily and James, Petunia talked bad about her sister.
Perfect sister, being who she was. Oh, my mother and father were so proud the day she got her letter. We have a witch in the family. Isn't it wonderful? I was the only one to see her for what she was. A freak.
Later that summer, Harry said that his train would leave on platform 9 3/4, and the Dursleys made fun of him, even though Petunia knew exactly that this platform existed. In the summer of 1992, they invited Mr. and Mrs. Mason over for dinner, hoping that Vernon would get a promotion. Petunia spent a long time making the pudding and cleaning the house. They hid Harry in his room. When Dobby the house elf knocked down her pudding, the Ministry of Magic got notified and post all started arriving, making the Masons leave as Mrs. Mason was afraid of birds. They put bars on Harry's window, but Harry was rescued by Fred, George, and Ron. In the summer of 1993, Marge Dursley, Vernon's sister, came to visit them, and Petunia paid Dudley money to be nice to Marge. When Marge insulted Harry's parents, Harry lost control and blew her up. Petunia was worried and furious. Harry escaped that night, not coming back until the summer of 1994. That summer, Petunia put Dudley on a diet, and to make him feel better, everyone had to be on that diet. She purposely gave Harry less to eat than Dudley, so that Dudley would at least know he got more than Harry. Harry was invited to the Quidditch World Cup by the Weasleys, and when they came to get him, they accidentally blew up the Dursleys' living room. Fred and George dropped a tongue toffee on the floor, knowing that Dudley would eat it, and when he did, his tongue started getting very large. Mr. Weasley ended up fixing Dudley and the Dursleys' living room. In 1995, Vernon and Petunia believed that Dudley was having tea with his friends, when actually he was beating up 10-year-olds on the playground. One night, Harry and Dudley were out, and when they came back, Dudley looked ill, leading Petunia to ask him who did this to him. He pointed to Harry, and Harry explained that they had been attacked by Dementors. Petunia knew what they were. "And what the ruddy hell are Dementors?" Vernon asked. "They guard the wizard prison, Azkaban." Petunia got a howler from Dumbledore that night, because she had not done as he had told her to remember his last. In 1996, Dumbledore came to pick up Harry and invited himself into the Dursleys' home. He made drinks appear out of thin air, and when the Dursleys didn't drink them, the drinks started hitting them in the heads. In 1997, the Dursleys left number 4 Privet Drive to go into hiding from Voldemort and the Death Eaters. Petunia later became grandmother, and after she died, Harry got his baby blanket that she had kept all these years as a reminder of her sister.
You didn't just lose a mother that night in Godric's Hollow, you know. I lost a sister.
And that was the entire life of Petunia Dursley. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like or dislike, just give me some feedback and I will hopefully see you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Thanks.